As he looked down the road still, with the music singing in his ears, Will saw that out beyond Merriman, the trees and the mist and the stretch of road were shaking, shivering, in a way that he knew well, and then gradually out there he saw the great doors take shape. There they stood, as he had seen them on the open hillside, and in the manner, the tall carved doors that led out of time, standing alone and upright, in the old way that was known now as Huntercombe Lane. Very slowly they began to open. Somewhere behind Will, the music of Greensleeves broke off with a laugh and some muffled words from Paul, but there was no break in the music that was in Will's head, for now it had changed into that haunting, bell-like phrase that came always with the opening of the doors, or any great change that might alter the lives of the old ones. Will clenched his fists as he listened, yearning toward the sweet beckoning sound that was the space between waking and dreaming, yesterday and tomorrow, memory and imagining. It floated lovingly in his way. It floated lovingly in his mind, then gradually grew distant, fading as out on the old way, Merriman's tall figure swirled round again, now by a blue cloak, passed through the open doors. Behind him, the towering slabs of heavy carved oak swung slowly together, until silently they shut. Then, as the last echo of the enchanted music died, they disappeared. In a great blaze of yellow-white light, the sun rose over Hunter's Combe and the valley of the Thames. And that's the end of The Dark is Rising by Susan Cooper. I hope you enjoyed listening to this. This is actually the second book of a 5-book series, and right now I don't have plans to read the rest of that series on this channel. There's a great set of audiobooks of it, which is how I listened to the first and the final book. The first book does not have Will in it. It has Merriman is a background character in the book. The second book in this series, the one that I just read you, came, like all of the books I have from this, from a set of books that were owned by my mom when she was in college. I could show you the inside of it. It's very waterlogged, and it's really been falling apart since I've had it sitting here at the foot of my bed where I read to you. It's kind of been falling to pieces, but I guess I will have to buy a new one someday, just like I had to buy a new copy of the Book of Three when it fell apart. Book 3 of this series is called Greenwich, which I think my mom also read to me, and then I read the third book, The Grey King, to myself. The fourth book I also listened to while an audio recording. It's not a great book, and that's part of the reason why right now I don't want to read you the whole series, because Silver on the Tree, the final book in this series, is so boring, which is a shame, because it's the final the final battle between the forces of good and the forces of evil. But it, just like what happens in this book, it follows very closely like the rules of kind of the pagan world, and because of that, it's just like the book just kind of goes da 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 da, and there's no surprises. I like the book that I read the best. I think it's a good Christmas time story, and I was thinking about reading you guys some Dickens to make it to Christmas, even though it's not even December yet. I thought this book would last 2 months, but as you can see, I really pushed through it. But I changed my mind this morning. I'm not going to read Dickens. The rest of the year is going to be filled with reading Arthurian stories. The next book is going to be an adaptation of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, which I'll probably record today. And then I'm going to read Catherine Patterson's adaptation of the story of Percival, the Grail Knight. So if you really want to hear me read you the rest of the Dark is Rising cycle by Susan Cooper, I have 21 subscribers right now, I believe. 5 of you must comment on my videos and say, I want to hear you read the rest of this series. Otherwise, I will probably read a full-length novel that is of the same kind next November or December. It will probably be The Seeing Stone by, I can't remember the name of the author of that, or T.H. White's The Once and Future King. But again, thank you so much for watching my videos, and I'll see you next time.